How do entrepreneurs find great opportunities? Do they have a special talent that others don't have? Not really. They're simply creative in their thinking. Entrepreneurship is a creative process, not a scientific one. It's chaotic, not linear, in fact. If you're a highly organized person who wakes up every day knowing exactly how your day will go, your chances of discovering a new opportunity will be very low. On the other hand, if your life is a bit more chaotic, things change every day and you're not stuck in any ruts, your chances of being more opportunistic are dramatically higher. Fortunately, everyone has at least some creative juices flowing. You just need to know how to activate the creativity so you can make it work for you. From the moment you come up with a great business idea, the questions start. Does anybody else think this is a great idea? Is there a way to make money at this? Where do I start? The best place to start is testing the idea in stages to make sure you're not the only person in the world who thinks it's a great idea. What's the difference between an idea and an opportunity? An opportunity is an idea that has commercial potential. One way that you can turn an idea into an opportunity is by developing a business concept. Think of the business concept as an elevator pitch on a very fast elevator. Elevator pitch refers to the 30 seconds that an entrepreneur has to impress a potential investor. If you have only 30 seconds to talk about your business, you want to capture the investor's attention and convey the essentials in a clear and concise manner. An effective business concept identifies the following four components: the product or service you're offering, the customer, the person or business that will be paying you, the benefit or value proposition, what's in it for the customer, the distribution or how you plan to deliver the benefit to the customer. You need to make sure you know specifically what you're offering to the customer. Today, the boundary between product and service business has all but disappeared as companies diversify their offerings, so you may decide to offer both a product and a service related to that product. Of course, that decision will depend on what your customer wants. The actual design of your product or service should come from a deep understanding of the customer's needs and your team's capabilities. It's also important to define your product or service's competitive advantage in the marketplace. In other words, how is your product or service different from what's already out there? Intellectual property, such as a patent or trade secret, can offer a substantial competitive advantage, but an innovative process or marketing strategy can also help you stand out from the crowd. Many entrepreneurs get confused when they have to identify their customers and the potential benefits they'll provide those customers. That's because in many businesses, the customer isn't the end user or beneficiary of the product or service. For example, suppose you're manufacturing a new kind of golf club for women that better fits their grip and enables them to improve their swing. The end user for your club is a female golfer. But who pays you? Probably not the woman unless you sell directly to the customer over the internet. Most likely you'll sell the clubs through a golf shop, so the golf shop pays you and is therefore your customer. Identifying the customer is important because in this example, the benefits that the golf shop wants, the ability to offer unique products with quick turnover and high margins, aren't the same as the benefits that the end user, consumer, wants: ease of use and improved performance. The trick is that you must satisfy the needs of your primary customer and make sure that the end user's needs are satisfied as well. Remember, customers buy benefits, not features. The two are quite different. Features are the characteristics of the product or service. Benefits are the intangible aspects that solve the customer's pain, such as convenience, health, and saving time. The female golfer benefits from a club that better fits her grip and enables a more accurate swing, not the color of the grip or the attractiveness of the club. You need to define your organization's distribution channel when developing your business concept. The distribution channel is the way you'll deliver your value proposition to the customer. You can distribute your product or service and its benefit in a couple ways. Directly to the customer, such as through the internet or by providing a service. Indirectly through a distributor or retailer that sells your product. These companies are called channel intermediaries. They provide their service so that the entrepreneur can concentrate on what he or she does best. Which route you take depends on your customers' expectations. How do your customers prefer to buy, and the costs involved? Using intermediaries raises the price of the product to the end user, but may make it possible for the entrepreneur's company to grow faster and reach more customers. Researching the industry to discover what similar businesses are doing is critical to making a decision between the direct and indirect channels. Putting together a concept statement means that you now have a business opportunity that you can test. One of the most important skills that an entrepreneur can acquire is the ability to conduct a feasibility analysis. Feasibility analysis tests the viability of a new business concept before you spend a lot of time and effort to prepare a business for launch. There's a lot of uncertainty in a startup business. Feasibility analysis gives you a way to reduce some of that uncertainty and the associated risk, which will help you and make potential investors happy. The ultimate goal of the feasibility analysis is to assist the entrepreneur in thinking critically and answering fundamental questions about the business concept. You want to achieve a high level of confidence that the conditions are right to go forward and start your business. The feasibility process doesn't have to be linear, but it does help to start the analysis with the environment in which your business will operate. That environment is the industry, which is a group of businesses that will form the value chain for your new venture. Manufacturers, suppliers, distributors, retailers, and so forth. These companies essentially represent your support network. Depending on the industry, it may also include government agencies, regulatory bodies, and trade associations, to name just a few possibilities. You want to understand the industry size and where it is in its life cycle. Yes, industries go through a life cycle just like humans do: birth, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, old age, and death. Your industry stage in that cycle will affect your business strategy. For example, an emerging industry, early childhood, is like the Wild West, every company for itself. Companies are pushing and shoving, trying to grab their share of the industry and establish themselves as the industry standard. In this type of industry, tons of opportunities exist, which is a lot of fun. On the other hand, a very mature industry, old age, typically has major established companies that dominate and don't really want to see anything change. Here, the only way for an entrepreneur to enter is by bringing something new to the industry. That's what happened when the internet changed the way many mature industries operate. An industry in the growth stage of the life cycle means that a business will require a lot of capital and resources to sustain itself, and it may be a target for acquisition by a much larger company. If industries are about value chain players, markets are about customers. If you don't understand the market you're going to tap, the customers in it won't buy from you. You want to design a product or service that customers in the market will value. If you make a product or service that you know customers want, they'll have their credit cards ready when you are, which saves you money on marketing. The best way to research a market is to get out into it and start talking to people, particularly customers. Without a doubt, they'll help you figure out the best features and benefits for your product or service, and they'll help you calculate how much demand exists. One or two customers isn't enough. After you define your target customer and your market, you can start identifying potential competitors. Keep in mind that competitors aren't always obvious. Look for companies that have the same capabilities and expertise that your company has. Even if they're not serving your customers with your products right now, there's no reason they couldn't do so after they see how successful you are.